guys, what is up and welcome back to another Call of Duty mobile video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can get Ruin Industrial Revolution very quickly. It's a beautiful skin and I know a lot of you really want this skin. I'm going to show you guys this method. It's very easy to do and it's definitely going to help you out to get the skin a lot quicker. But before we hop into this method, I do want to tell all of you that I am giving away 3 Season 5 Battle Passes, and all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is firstly, subscribe to my channel, secondly, turn on post notifications, and then thirdly, leave a comment with your in-game name or your email address so I can go ahead and contact you if you do win. But with all that being said guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can win a lot more games and get Ruin Industrial Revolution a lot quicker, because ultimately winning with less kills is a lot better than getting like 20 kills but dying at like 30 and there's still 30 people left. So I'm going to show you guys how you can win a lot more games, and that's really going to help you get Ruin Industrial Revolution a lot quicker. So let's start off with the classes. Now over here it does depend on what class you do enjoying, but I recommend either using the AK-47, the AK-117 or the M4. The M4 being my most favorite because it really does shoot like a laser. You can kill people from a very far distance. It's super straight shooting, very easy to control, and I feel like it's one of the best guns for Battle Royale. I think it is very underrated and I would definitely recommend at least trying it out once and see if it does work for you. And then for your second gun, I would recommend looking for the Arctic 50 because this helps when you're in a sticky situation and your enemy is far from you and they do have a sniper. If you can't find an Arctic 50, you can always go for the Buy 15 because it helps up and close combat, but in that situation I'd rather go for another AR, and I'll probably use the M4 and the AK together in that sort of class setup. Now when it comes down to classes, I recommend using Mechanic or Scout. Now Scout pinpoints your enemy, which helps a ton because you know where they are and you can go over to them. But Mechanic also finds your enemy by sending out the EMP drone, but the EMP drone also slows them down for a couple of seconds, and that helps a load. Now your enemy can get out of that drone by jumping out of it or by shooting it down, but while all that is happening, you have a couple of seconds while your enemy is distracted so you can shoot them down and kill them. That helps a lot. And in 1v1 situations, Scout is not going to be as helpful as Mechanic. So as a reason, I used to use Scout a lot more, but I think Mechanic does beat Scout and I prefer using Mechanic nowadays. So once you're in the game, now you have to pick where you're gonna go ahead and land. Now I have 4 different places where I land every game, and these are gonna be the high tier locations, aka Overgrown, Nuclear Plant, Countdown, and Docks. At these places you have a much bigger chance of getting legendary and epic loot. So you have a much bigger chance of finding level 3 vests, adrenaline shots, epic attachments and legendary attachments, and you also have a chance of getting the Arctic 50 exotic. That helps a lot. It has a thermal scope and it's really going to help you find your enemies. Now to decide at which location you're going to land, you want to land at the high tier zone, the furthest away from where the plane starts, because less people are gonna go there. So in this case I'm gonna go to Nuclear Plant or Overgrown. If the plane did start on the other side of the map, I would have preferred to land at Countdown or Docks because less people are gonna be there. Now once you have landed at your location, your main thing now is to go ahead and find loot, the gun that you do enjoy, and also find your vests and your medikits. So basically I enjoy the AK and the M4. So once I find my AK or my M4, I am ready to go. Now what I'm looking for is going to be my vest, and as you guys can see, there is a chopper here that is very important. All the locations that I showed you guys, there are choppers. Now I have my vest. Now I just need my next gun. And what I like for my secondary, like I said guys, I like having an Arctic 50 because that really does work well. It helps you when you are in a situation where the enemy is up high, you're down low, and you can't move without killing that enemy, and you can't reach them with an AR, so the sniper does come in hand now and again. Now basically what I recommend you do when you land here at your location is stay in this area till the safe zone starts to shrink, because now you're at this area, not a lot of people are going to make their way over here, so if you stay here, you have a much bigger chance of not dying. So now you have the opportunity to get as much good loot as you want, health up. With the adrenaline shots, you can get to 150 health, and then once you have everything you're ready with, make your way over to the chopper, and once it starts saying 10 seconds left till the safe zone starts to shrink, get in the chopper and start making your way over to the safe zone. Now once you're in the chopper, mark one of the purple locations on the map. I'm going to the one at Standoff. Now what this allows you to do is upgrade your class so that it is better. Now I will say one thing, guys, keep a lookout once you get there, because a lot of people have the same idea, because there might be a lot of people over there, so you can end up dying. So just make sure nobody else is at the terminal upgrade post before you decide to go and land there. And as you guys can see, the chopper is going to be very useful in this game, because we're going to use it to go to all the locations I'm about to tell you guys. Now at this point, airdrops are going to start dropping from the sky. Now this part of the video, you can't skip this step because it is a pretty risky step. What I normally do is I follow the jet until it drops one of the airdrops. Now if you do have good enough loot already, you don't have to do this, but this basically guarantees you some good loot. You can get the Arctic 50 exotic in there, you're guaranteed level 3 vest, and you can get some adrenaline shots in here as well. So what I do now is I just land over here, and guys, make sure nobody is here. So I always recommend using your class straight away if you do use mechanic. Now I don't ever recommend taking the war machine, because I find it doesn't have enough bullets, and also you have to use like half of them on one player to actually kill them. Now what I do after this, guys, I find a good mountain to go and land on, because it's always better to be up high and have your enemies come up to you than be down low and you have to go up to your enemies. Now the one catch is, guys, the mountain you have to choose has to be close to the safe zone wall, because over here there's a much less likely chance for a lot of enemies to come over to you, so you're most likely not to die if you are closer to where the safe zone does end. So basically what you're going to do now is play the waiting game. Now I do recommend finding some sort of cover like this where I'm at over now, and just wait for your enemies to come up to you. As you guys can see, one is coming up right now, and I have a much bigger advantage of killing him than he does of killing me, because he has to make the distance up to me and I just have to wait for him. So I have a much bigger advantage of killing him than he does of killing me, which gives you a super big advantage in total. So at this point, just carry on waiting for your enemies and waiting for the safe zone to shrink. Now once we are no longer in the safe zone and it starts to shrink, we want to get back in the chopper and move over to the new location. So now just run over to your chopper, get in your chopper, and now we're going to go to the other side of the map and just look for another mountain and get as close to the edge again as possible. So as you guys can see, there's no nice mountains over here that are difficult to get on foot, and we don't have a big advantage up on these ones. So as you can see there on the other side, there are a few higher up mountains. So what we're going to do, we're going to move over there and play the waiting game over there again. Once you arrive here, just land on the mountain and find another place to go ahead and cover at, like I am at right now. So basically now we're just going to stay here till the safe zone starts to shrink. And like I said, guys, once you're so close to the edge, you have a huge advantage, because you know your enemy is not coming from the back, they're coming from the side or the front, which just gives you a huge advantage in total. So we're just gonna wait over here until the safe zone starts to shrink again. So once it starts shrinking, just hop back in your chopper and make your way over to the next safe location. Now the problem with this is, now it starts getting super small and the high up mountains are usually non-existent anymore. So you have three options over here. The first one is find a tall building. The next one is go inside a building. And the third one, if there's no good cover, just remain as close as possible to the edge. Now I've decided to go inside a building, and this at times is a very risky option because you can always end up getting trapped inside there with a sniper overlooking the building, which could be very difficult to get out of that. Now what I recommend you guys do, once it starts getting down to the final 10 people, don't go outside and rush and try kill everyone. Wait for your opponent to come to you, because if you're outside running around, you have a much bigger chance of being spotted and killed. So just wait for your enemy to get over to you. Find a safe location that you can go ahead and hide at, and you know for a fact your enemy can only come from a few angles and that you do have cover to protect yourself. Now once it gets to the final 5 people, just stay in your spot if you still can. If you have to move to the new location, just stay in a safe spot yet again. But do not go outside and look for people and try kill as many as possible, because most of the time you're going to be sniped or you're going to be killed by somebody using the mechanic class. So basically wait until it's going to be a 1v1 situation. Wait till it's you and one more person that have to fight each other. Instead of being like a 1 versus 4 situation, you have a much bigger chance of beating one person than you do of beating 3 or 4 other people. Now once it comes to the point where it's you versus one more person, use your class. If you're using scout, you'll be able to find your opponent, and if you're using mechanic, you'll also be able to find them, but also you'll be able to stop them in their tracks for a couple of seconds, which will allow you to be able to kill them. Now once you've located your enemy, now you can go over and kill them and get your points. This method by far I think is one of the most effective methods that you know you're going to be able to survive long and be able to pick up that lovely battle royale victory. So overall, I recommend you guys should try this out a couple of times and let me know if it does work for you. But that is going to be it for this video. If you have any other methods, please leave them down below in the comment section. I hope you guys found this video helpful. But anyway guys, that's all for today, and I hope all of you have a great day. Anyway guys, squally out, have a kick-ass day, and cheers, bye!